Hi YouTube, Roy Marko with Marko Custom Build Models coming to you today with the 67 Chevy C10 short box that I was taking a 1972 AMT Chevy long box kit and turning it into a 67 short box. It's a little update. I did a live on shortening the box, and I do want to show you an update on that. This was the box that I'd shortened on the box side that I'd shortened on the live. And what had happened was I had showed a schematic here which talks about lengths, and I wasn't really thinking, and I never noticed this, and this is why I love YouTube, because it's you get to learn from your mistakes. And I made a mistake where the length here is talking about inner box length and not the outer box length. So the only way I could, I guess, would take this number here, the total number of the truck length, overall length, and then subtract the 106 1/4, and that would give me the length of the box outer length. In any case, what had happened was I had made this box length not to the specifications of the inner length, but it was still, in my mind, a little bit short. I didn't quite see it. It seemed like it was a little short by looking at it visually, and so I'm glad that this was pointed out, and I wanted to point out my mistake to you so that you can, if you were to do this, you can go ahead and do it correctly. So what I've gone ahead and done is actually made the box correctly here. So this gentleman, Willie Vess, says, your scale drawing says the inner length of the truck box is 3.13, not the outer length, and he's absolutely correct. The length of the outer box is the right length because outer length, and he's absolutely correct. Now he's talking also, he made a comment about the offset is senseless because it doesn't make a part stronger, just the opposite. Gluing styrene behind would have been a better choice. Okay, I can agree with him there. Probably gluing styrene behind would definitely make the box side stronger. By offsetting the cut here, what he's talking about is I had actually offset the cut here. I have a vertical line that's a little further back on the top, and then this vertical line goes down, and then there's a horizontal line cut here, so I can keep this shape of the box, this constant drop in the side, without disturbing it by just cutting it and trying to work it out. Offsetting it did a couple of things. In my mind, it made it stronger because of any sort of woodworking or anything I've done in other materials, even metal. When you're welding, if you offset a weld or something like that, you also create a little bit of a stronger joint. So I'm not sure that it would be weaker, but it may not be any more stronger. And on the back side here, another reason why it just allows me, when I line up the box side, when I'm gluing these pieces together, it gives me something to line the, it's like a guide. The top panel along here gives me an indication whether my panel is gluing crooked or straight. So there's, whether it's parallel to the other panel. So there's a little bit of, I guess I could have explained myself more, and that's why I'm making this video. This line is further back, but to me it gave me a chance to line up the panel. And as far as strength goes, this panel is has no back glued to it at all in any case, and I can flex that panel like it was one piece of plastic. So it's strong enough without putting anything on the backside to use on your model. It's never going to see those kind of stresses, and just to show you it doesn't break off. It's very good. That's also the glue that I'm using, which is the Plastic Magic. So I just wanted to clarify that, and I'm always happy to receive comments about this, because I learned something. I did make that mistake. So this box here, you can see, let me just move it off the turntable. If you're looking at these panels here, there is a difference in length. I did basically update the cutting. The cutting procedure that I made on the other video is exactly the same. I have a vertical cut here, a vertical cut here that is offset, and then of course the horizontal one there. I also, being a 67, I'm filling in the corner markers as well. But on the video when I made the cut, I wanted to show that the corner markers, you can do it without affecting the corner markers, so that if you want to make it a 68 to 72, you can. So that, I feel, looks more like the real box side, just comparing it to vehicles and how it looks. I feel visually this looks a lot better than this one. So you learn from your mistakes, and even I make mistakes. One of the things I want to point out is this is a 65 box back here. This 65 box is basically the same length. The reason it's a little longer is because this, I made a trailer, and I happen to have a bunch of these box parts, and I used another tailgate slash back end where the taillights were for the front of it as well. So there's a little bit of an extra length on this box. This is the later model Chevy truck box, and as you can see, we're also within ballpark against that one. One of the things I did, and I will show, I'll have to do another video on, is how to actually make this small back window. Somebody made a request to see how that was done. So, but I did make it a small back window, and I did the 67 front end. In the live, I had brought out a junker truck that somebody else had built, and I went ahead and actually shortened this one as well, and I didn't even repaint this. This is, you can see the lines in here, but just goes to show you, even with all the detail on the side, if you wanted to do one of these trucks, this is not the way I would weather a vehicle. This is sort of over weathered, muddy, I don't know, but anyway, I wanted to just save it, so I just wanted to show it. But this is the 72 style front end, and there's the 67 style front end, so you can see the difference that I've made in the hood, the signal lights in the bumper, now on the grille, and also being 67, you could also do 68 that way. 7 doesn't have the side markers, so those have been filled in. I talked about that. And this just has a light coat of primer. Again, these box sides aren't glued on yet. I just want to be able to body work them and stuff. That's why, if you see at the back, it may not be sitting straight, and that's because they're not glued into position. So that will change. Also, I want to point out with the back window, I did not modify the glass in any way. The glass just kind of fits in as the back window, front window is one piece and goes in, and you just insert the entire window, and that worked out quite well. So getting to the lengths that I made the truck box, as I told you, I used the chassis from the other kit as reference for the short wheelbase, and I can tell you that my overall box side length now is 3.198 of an inch, and the target on the wheel well from the front of the box to the front wall is 0.88, and the target on the back is 0.7625, roughly in there. Here's a photo that I took of this truck, that were all the pieces that were left over sort of were laid out with it. And I even did the bottom side. I did add a little bit of black paint, just kind of blew a little bit on because there's some white styrene at the back that I added here. But other than that, the joint, actually, if you see in this picture here, that was the original cut. As you can see, it was a kit that was built in 2006 here on the bottom. And one of the things on these kits, when you handle them, the hood always falls. There's not much keeping it in place. So I don't know if I'm going to do it on this one here yet, not. But I did have a magnet on this one. So if you see, there's a magnet here, and I drilled a hole and put a magnet there. And I got this idea from my brother, actually, who did one. and when you put this together, it holds the hood in place. So there's no way you can, if you're handling this model or whatever, that hood does not fall off. And you can pick up, these are the little magnets here, you can pick these up. You know, I bought these at Lee Valley, which is a store here in Edmonton, and I think it's across Canada. There might be something similar in the US, or even just order some magnets online. Anyway, I found those to be kind of handy. This kit here, I just got to build an engine and put it in, and other than that, I'm just putting it on my shelf. I know it's a little over weathered. I may try to wet sand a little bit with some fine sandpaper to knock off some of this heavy dirt effect, and then just keep it like that. We'll see. But anyway, I just had some fun with that, and it was just neat having the two trucks, one being a 67 and one being a 72, so from one sort of extreme to the next. So the one last thing I need to get to, and this wheel choice on this truck is baby moons and that, but I may not keep those on there specifically. What I want to emulate is the old original Chevy GM caps. I did find these, they're out of a Ford kit, the 19, I think it's a 1970 Police Interceptor Ford, and they have this line here that is, if I paint that line red, I don't know if I can get this thing to focus here. If I paint that line red and put a Chevy emblem in the middle, we'll emulate the early caps on a 67. So that's what I was thinking of going with. And then I still have the tailgate to do. The tailgate, because originally it comes with a Cheyenne package 72, which has like wood grain and the word Chevrolet and a lot of aluminum trim. I sanded that out on this tailgate here, and I will be putting this into a CNC machine and cutting out the word Chevrolet. So I'll do a video on that. So that would then fit in the back of the truck there. And so thankfully I have a real Chevy C50 that I put a C10 box on outside, and I can measure all those letters and get that done. So that's something I'm going to do, and I'll show you that. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say about this kit, other than that was just like an update on doing that box side shortening, and I appreciate all the feedback, and I read the comments, and I enjoy it, and thank you very much for making these suggestions, because it's really important. I'd like to get it right. I'd like to get it as close as I possibly can. These kits are not exact for size, but they're close, and I just want to be able to at least represent the truck well. So hope you got something out of this video. I did. I got something out of the last video and from the viewers, so that's really important, and that's all I can take away from it. So if you like these videos, please subscribe, hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.